another edition of the It's Wrestling Report. Alongside my partner Ryan, I'm your host J-Man. This edition of the IWR 2012 WWE Royal Rumble preview. 25th anniversary of the Royal Rumble will be this Sunday, live in St. Louis, Missouri, our hometown. We will be attending, of course. Just going to be a great atmosphere, a great time with all the other IWRs going to be there. It's going to be some crazy stuff. Being the 25th anniversary of the Royal Rumble, I believe, is the most exciting pay-per-view just ever. It's just so unpredictable. It's so much fun. Everything's always going down. All the big stuff's starting to be happening around that, WrestleMania period, road to WrestleMania period that we get to there. And it should be, nothing but the most of what we've gotten in the past couple of years, especially at this Royal Rumble. Should be some exciting stuff going on, especially with all the stuff going on in the wrestling world today and all the stuff going on with WWE right now. But should be some absolutely entertaining stuff this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. That was one thing. I've never been to a WrestleMania either, but, that was the one thing I really wanted to go to a Rumble and a WrestleMania very soon, and I'm very glad that they, decided to come here to St. Louis and do the Rumble here, something I've wanted to go to since I was a kid. Yeah. So finally getting to go to it here is something going to be something real special here. The excitement for this is going to be extremely high. They only have 4 matches set for this, but I'm expecting good things out of each of these matches. All 4 of them. There's nothing that I would be like, okay, this is going to suck or this is going to be a filler. This looks like everything here is going to probably get some time. They're really going to work with everything and really put on a pretty good show. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen here. Like I said, I've said the previous times before, I really feel like they're, as of right now, WWE's doing a job making things unpredictable. Yeah. And I really wouldn't be able to, it's hard to really tell you who's going to win any of these matches. Yeah. So. It's really tough. As you said, it's going to be unpredictable, very exciting. As he's saying, him not being able to go to WrestleMania, finally going to Royal Rumble here. I have been to that WrestleMania type of atmosphere, being into the past, going to Money in the Bank, everything that's been like that, and this will definitely be up there for me. I'm still looking forward to this. It's going to be an absolute great time, and IWR is going to be taking that shit over down there. It's going to be some great stuff. It's going to be all over the place. So also, if you guys are going to be down there, any of you guys watching out there, we'll be down there, so try and find us somewhere. We'll be down there. But we're now going to get to our preview for the Royal Rumble here. This is before SmackDown this week, so there could possibly be something added going into Royal Rumble. But as he said, we got 4 matches going into this. And first match starting out, we have the Triple Threat Steel Cage match for the World Heavyweight Championship featuring champion Daniel Bryan, Big Show, and Mark Henry. Very interesting stuff. As we said in the last topics video, with the stuff going on with Daniel Bryan as of late, the possible things he's been looking very heelish and obviously continuing that role as of late. Continuing the stuff, with AJ and, Big Show and Mark Henry doing all that stuff with Daniel Bryan. Very interesting cast of characters going on in this matchup. But to me, this matchup looks very, very interesting how it's going to be coming down here. Obviously, as we've talked, the unpredictability of, everything going on here to this. It looks like they could possibly, to me, the reason they added the steel cage element to it, I don't think they want to have Daniel Bryan pin Mark Henry or pin him Big Show or, submit one of the two. They could have Daniel Bryan easily escape out of this, keep that kind of cowardly kind of thing they want to do, have him be this, big badass kind of guy, but getting the kind of cowardly wins as he does. So I think it could be easily an escape win from Daniel Bryan in this World Heavyweight Championship match, and I'm going to go with that happening and Daniel Bryan retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, that's flat out exactly what I think too as well. With it being, Daniel Bryan not going to get the pin on Big Show or Mark Henry, he's going to escape the cage somehow, go out the door, go over. I love what they're doing right now with him, making him, this character, this heel character, where he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. He thinks he's the shit, and he thinks he's this, and he thinks he's that, and it's very well put together. And seeing Daniel Bryan years past, and I know he can play that heel role. And the thing they're doing now with him is really giving him some personality, some character. As if you can tell if you've been watching any of the SmackDowns or anything like that, you really don't hear Michael Cole saying anymore, Daniel Bryan doesn't have any personality, he's a nerd. Yeah. You don't really hear him saying that anymore. I guess maybe they told him not to, but you really see him showing that personality. In this match, you get to see Daniel Bryan does a great job working with big guys. If you've seen anything he's done in the past and stuff he's been doing with Big Show as of recently, and he definitely can sell everything. I'll get out, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how this match is going to be worked because it's so weird. It's so weird. It's a cage match, 2 huge guys and 1 little guy who's just purely a wrestler. So who knows? But I'm going to go Daniel Bryan escaping the cage. Very interesting. I believe this is the first ever steel cage match for Royal Rumble. Is that possible? I don't know. I can't remember, but it's going to be very exciting to see this steel cage match. Yeah, I'm at the Royal Rumble this Sunday. Next matchup, we have Kane versus John Cena. Kane returning and absolutely just doing rampage over John Cena, telling him to embrace the hate, with all this interesting stuff that they're doing John Cena, with this absolutely huge time coming up for John Cena going into WrestleMania, facing The Rock, with all this interesting things that they're doing here with, kind of, playing with that kind of, can we eventually turn John Cena heel? Can we do this or that? With having him change and kind of have a different sort of character to him. We saw in the past weeks, John Cena, just destroying Jack Swagger and showing that vicious side, not the whole friendly kind of thing that we've seen with John Cena in the past, really playing that up, throwing Zack Ryder in the mix and Eve and all this kind of stuff in this whole scenario. This is going to be a very interesting match. Kane finally getting in the ring, with this whole new, uprising of, Kane, the whole revolution that he's gone under and everything that, he's doing. I absolutely love the Kane character right now. I think it's awesome. I think it's great how they could have him come out there and not be that, the monster in the past, which is great, which kind of has that elements of that, obviously bringing the mask back. But he could go out there and kind of cut those promos where he just sounds intelligent and telling John Cena, what's really going on. I think that's interesting that you kind of have that kind of element played with the kind of old school Kane character that they really have, and I think that's a really cool element with Kane. I think this is obviously the hardest match to predict outside of the Royal Rumble match. Obviously, this is a really tough match to figure out what's going to go on here. I just don't think they need to lose any momentum with Kane right now. Who knows where he's going? Obviously, we know where John Cena is going. Obviously, not being in a Royal Rumble match or not being in a title match, you don't need to throw John Cena in there because obviously he's probably not going to be in a title match. We'll see, do some crazy stuff with going into WrestleMania. But I'm probably going to go with a DQ in this match. But if anything, I'm going to say there's a winner. I'm going to say Kane wins this match. But I'm kind of leaning towards a DQ. Maybe just turn it into a big brawl in the end. But I'm going to go with a DQ or possible Kane winning this one.
Yeah, I definitely see this somehow getting DQ'd, some kind of brawl getting out of this. I really see the storyline developing into this Jedi Sith Lord type thing, where basically Kane's this like Sith Lord and he's come over to the dark side. John Cena, the hate's consuming you, and you can really see it like happening. You can really see them doing a good job of him doing it with the Jack Swagger beatdown and with the stuff with Zack Ryder when he at the end where he just smacked the microphone out of Josh Matthews' hand, and you can see he's really playing that role up real well to see if he's going to build up that hate and going to build up that heel character going into WrestleMania to really have this clash of the Titans with him and Rock. But, I don't really know how it's going to go down here, but I think, like I said, it's going to go to a brawl. I could see John Cena just flat out losing it and just getting DQ'd and Kane win. But I'm going to go with Kane winning somehow.
Love the Star Wars reference. Great Star Wars reference. Gotta love that. Next matchup, we have the WWE Championship on the line with special referee John Laurinaitis between champions CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler. I'm really looking forward to this one. These guys just put on great stuff every single time they're out there. Dolph Ziggler, as we said before, just continuing to progress towards that main event run, which we said, once he dropped that U.S. title, look for him to go to the main event, and look what he's at right here in a title match at the Royal Rumble against CM Punk. A lot of interesting stuff going on with Punk, Laurinaitis, possibly Laurinaitis losing the GM or whatever is going on this past week, and the interaction there, kind of playing off a new version of kind of Austin and McMahon, what they're trying to do with Punk and Laurinaitis, which is kind of intriguing to see with that. I'm going to go with CM Punk retaining the title. I know there's a lot of talk of, saying how everybody's in the Royal Rumble, so, everything's unpredictable. You never know who could end up showing up. If a guy's in a match prior, then they could be in a match with the Axe. They act like that's never happened in a Royal Rumble before. Of course it has. But, possibly any of these world title matches, you don't know how the outcome could happen. Crap, you could have Ziggler win the title and then Punk somehow be in the Royal Rumble. You never know how, that could go down. That's just plays the unpredictability of the Royal Rumble, as we say. But I'm going to go with CM Punk, and I hope that John Laurinaitis does not get in the way of the, these two guys having a great match, because they could absolutely go out there and just put on an absolute great match. But I'm going to go with CM Punk retaining the WWE title.
Yeah, I expect this to be some good quality wrestling in this match, and definitely be exciting. With the whole setup on Raw, with them talking about, Laurinaitis saying, I got this letter, and, Triple H is coming on Raw and going to evaluate me. And it makes me think that okay, possibly he's going to try to cut it down, straight down the middle, and then I think about it a little bit more, and I'm like, nah, this just seems too sketchy. Something's going to happen. Something really sketchy is going to happen in this match, whether it be, Laurinaitis accidentally stepping in, or whether it's Laurinaitis helping Punk win, maybe. It's really it could be something along those lines. It could be kind of strange to see how this plays out, but I'm looking forward to the match itself more than anything. And there's a lot of craziness going down on this show, very unpredictable. Yeah. But yeah, the match itself, and I'm going to go with Punk retaining.
Yeah, should be some great stuff to look forward to. Next matchup, we have the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Match I always look forward to when it comes to the Royal Rumble. Already knowing the #1 entrant being The Miz, losing to that match against R-Truth on Raw, so knowing that there's going to be #1 entrant will be Miz. I've been saying the same thing since November, since there's been talk of him possibly coming back, since there's been talk of him possibly, feuding with whoever knows who at WrestleMania. My pick for the Royal Rumble since November, like I've said, has been Chris Jericho, and once he returned, it just made me absolutely think it even more, obviously, with him coming around this time and finally speaking on Raw and finally, saying the end of the world as you know it's going to be coming this Sunday. It's unpredictable. The safe pick for me I'm going to stick with is Chris Jericho. Obviously, being in Randy Orton's hometown would be another safe pick, I think, with having him return on SmackDown this week, going into his hometown. They love to play off that kind of hometown vibe ever since, CM Punk at Money in the Bank. They love to play off that. Of course, you're going to see surprise entrances probably. Hopefully the returns of some injured guys. Maybe see Christian possibly return. I'd absolutely love to see that. Need to have Christian back in the main roster. Would be some great stuff to see. But the unpredictability of this is going to be absolutely awesome. Never being at a Royal Rumble like we've said, it's going to be just so great to be there. Be at that atmosphere. We know how that Royal Rumble atmosphere feels, but finally to be there live, it's going to be absolutely awesome. And I'm just so looking forward to this, whatever the outcome is. But I'm going to go with Chris Jericho, your 2012 Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah, it's really hard to say that it's not him because of all the stuff that's going down. There's all kinds of theories. There's all kinds of things. This might be the first time in many, many years that there's just all kinds of just crazy theories on how this Rumble match is going to go down. Even with what he did on Raw, and I just find it really hard for him not to win. Unless it be Randy Orton. I almost see it as being killing momentum that Chris Jericho has if he's in the Rumble and he doesn't win it to do something. So I'm going to go with Chris Jericho winning here. I hope he does. I think it would be a great moment. Chris Jericho is my all-time favorite wrestler to begin with. So seeing him win the Royal Rumble here would be something extremely special. So yeah, I'm going to go with that, and hopefully we mark out and shit our pants.
We will. Pantses?
Pantses?
Pantses, I don't
Well, I mean...
We will invent that word because we will have shat our pantses.
I mean, well, I was talking about everyone around us.
Probably, yeah. It's going to be a shit fest.
Pair of pants.
Pantses. We will remake words just to how excited we will be to see that. But it should be absolutely outstanding, and see that excitement. We're so looking forward to it. Only a couple days away now. It's going to be awesome. That will now wrap up our 2012 WWE Royal Rumble preview. If you guys are going to be at the Royal Rumble, as we said, come try and find us. I'm sure seeing the four of us in one location, it's going to be pretty hard to not distinctly tell who we are. I think you guys tell that, but it should be some absolutely great stuff. As again, this will now wrap up our 2012 WWE Royal Rumble preview. For my partner Ryan, I'm your host J-Man. Thank you for watching another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report, your source for wrestling news, information, opinions, instantly.